Hello all, welcome to Life Skills from Sanskrit. I'm Jigar. Today we are going to look at a couplet that talks about the importance of patience. So without wasting any time, let's just jump into it. Purah phalayam ashayam janah kamam vidambate asannehi dhanarambe dvigunam rauti chatakaha. Let me repeat that. Purah phalayam ashayam janah kamam vidambate asannehi dhanarambe dvigunam rauti chatakaha. What we're going to do is we're going to divide this into two bits and then look at them individually. So let's have a look at the first bit. The first bit says Purah phalayam ashayam janah kamam vidambate. Now, what happens here is we've got two bits. The first one, this one talks about what actually happens, and the second one gives us an example of what they're talking about. So the first bit deals with the emotion. What they're trying to tell us is when we're about to achieve something, when we're almost close to achieving a desire, fulfilling a desire, what happens is we generally become more impatient when we just want to achieve it as soon as we can. Now, that's not a bad feeling. It's perfectly understandable. But what happens is because of that, we might lose focus and we might forget the last steps we need to take to achieve what we wanted. So it's very important to not get distracted and to not become impatient at the last stage of our achievements. We want to make sure that when we are close, we still stay focused and we make sure that we have achieved what we wanted and we fulfilled all of our desires. Because it might happen that you get impatient almost at the last stage and things fall apart. So what here we are trying to establish is, look, we need to be patient. Let's not get impatient at the last stage. And what does the second bit say? The second bit gives us a really good example of how people become impatient while they're almost about to achieve their desire. So let's have a look at the second bit. The second bit says, Asannehi dhanarambo dvigunam rauti chatakaha. Chataka is one of the birds that's widely talked about in Sanskrit literature. Now, chatak is a bird that loves rain. It lives for monsoon and it only drinks the rainwater. And that's what they're trying to say, that look, what happens to chatak? What happens is it simply starts cooing a lot more impatiently when it knows the monsoon is almost upon it. So what happens is it stays patient all year long, but as soon as the monsoon is about to arrive, it becomes impatient and starts going a lot. So what it needs to do is, needs to stay a bit more patient, and then his desire will be fulfilled once the monsoon arrives. And that's the example that they've used to tell us what we need to do. What we need to do is, when we're almost about to achieve our desire, we need to stay patient, we need to stay focused, and we need to make sure that we achieve what we set out for. So, let's have a look at the couplet again. Purah phalayam ashayam janah kamam vidambate asannehi dhanarambe dvigunam rauti chatakaha. My take on this couplet is, one becomes more impatient when a desire is about to be fulfilled. Just like Chataka starts cooing impatiently when monsoon gets closer. Thank you for joining me today. Stay positive, stay tuned.